Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, this one flew all the way from Bridgman, and boy, are its arms tired. Flightless is a 5.5% American Pale Ale from Transient Artisan Ales in Bridgman, Michigan. Now, it's been a hot minute since the last time I reviewed anything from Transient. I think it was actually Rainbows and Waterfalls, which was last summer. Well, as you can tell, Transient's back, and today I have Flightless, which is an American Pale Ale, different from all the usual IPAs I've been drinking. And I'm looking forward to trying this one. It seems like lately there have been a lot of lighter ABV beers, and this one definitely fits the bill. So let's not waste any more time. We'll get a look at the label. We'll get it into a glass. Fun fact, in May, a rare dodo skeleton sold at auction for $622,000. $622,000. All right, so if we take a look at the label on this one, Transient, they usually do, they're really striking labels. You can almost always tell them apart from anything else, and they might not be uniform in the same design, but they always kind of have some kind of quality, either repeating patterns or hand-drawn art style. This one, besides the Transient Artisan Ales logo at the top, has a lot of hand-drawn, or it looks like drawn at least, feathers of all different types, black and white, really striking. Really, when you see this on the shelf, it really just kind of screams out at you. And on the side, it says Flightless, American Pale Ale, 5.5% ABV, 1 pint, brewed and packaged by Transient Artisan Ales in Bridgman, Michigan. I really don't know much more besides that about this beer. That's pretty much all I know. So I'm going to grab my Draft Therapy Tiku glass, and we'll get this into the glass. There is no brewed on date, nothing to signify when this came out. I've got it from 8 Degrees Plato in Detroit. I believe it's somewhat recent. Transient stuff does not sit on the shelves very long, especially in Southeast Michigan here, where we don't get a whole lot of it. There's only a couple stores that sell it. 8 Degrees Plato being one, Cultivate Coffee and Ipsy being the other one, but they don't sit very long. So let's crack this one. I'm going to get a nose out of the can here. It smells very bright, very citrusy. Getting a lot of citrus smell, not getting a whole lot else, but we're going to go ahead and pour this. Very light, very clear, very clean coming out of the can itself. And I'm going to stop before this overflows. But very bright yellow, very vibrant gold color, very white head. This actually had a nice fill in white head, but the bubbles are really loosely packed, and it looks like this is, while it's a pretty large head, I'd say about 2 fingers, maybe 2.5, it's really dissipating quickly. It's really kind of just evaporating, but it's actually, well, maybe I'm lying here, because now it seems like it's holding on pretty well. But as you can see from the overhead, really large bubbles for the most part. There are some kind of smaller compact ones, but the side profile in this glass are huge bubbles, really widely spaced apart, not very tight. Let's pour a little bit more in there just to get the full effect. But yeah, really foamy, kind of flowy, loose colored head, and really bright yellow. Holding it up to the light, it is definitely hazy. This is not transparent at all. I can see shadows of my fingers. I can see a little bit of particulate kind of floating in there, but not a whole lot. And I don't see really much carbonation streaming up from the top, or I'm sorry, from the bottom either. This is very juice-like, but very light in color. So really light colored juice. Let's get a better nose here out of the glass. A lot of, I don't know, like the hop profile. I'm not really familiar with what's actually in here hop-wise. But I'm getting a really kind of stinging citrus, just kind of punch to the face. Getting a little bit of like a pineapple scent as well. A candy kind of smell in there. Maybe almost like a green kind of cut grass smell in there as well. A lot of interesting smells, really kind of vibrant smell on this one, really big aroma. So I'm ready to kind of dive right in. 5.5%. We'll see what she's got. Cheers. Yeah, a lot of that really bright upfront citrus, really super bright citrus flavor in there. Mouth feels really nice and crisp, not too light, not on the light side, not just maybe a hair under what I would call medium mouthfeel. It's got this kind of subdued sweetness up front, When you get that swallow, that's where I kind of get this, like I mentioned on the smell, I'm getting kind of a little bit of a cut grass. I'm kind of getting that in the beer as well. Really nice and smooth, a lot of flavor, 5.5% again. A lot of these beers, especially this summer, I've noticed a lot more kind of, it seems like the last couple of years, they've been getting really high up there ABV-wise. We're getting really high ABV IPAs, obviously double IPAs, again, then all the barrel-aged stuff. This summer and this warmer weather, spring and summer have rolled around, seeing a lot more lighter ABV beers, a lot of those, you know, mid 4%, kind of in the 5%, maybe kind of going up to the 6%, but not really super strong. And maybe that's a trend as we're seeing a lot lower ABV beers, but a lot of really full flavored ABV, look like mid to lower range ABV beers. And this one is no different. Again, you get a nice, really kind of burst of the subdued kind of sweet citrus flavor up front. Again, getting this kind of odd cut grass kind of flavor, but it's not off-putting. I think it kind of fits in really well with the citrus in there, like almost like a lemongrass kind of flavoring. The first kind of sip is where I felt like it really exploded the most flavor-wise, and as I'm kind of drinking more and more, it's kind of getting more and more subdued. Maybe I'm just kind of used to the really explosive flavors, but yeah, like a lemongrass, citrusy, lemony, not very hoppy, not very bitter. There's kind of this odd malt profile in there, but it all works together. It works out really well together. I haven't always been blown away by stuff that I've gotten from Transient, especially because so many people talk so highly about them, but I've kind of come around to them in the last couple beers that I've had from them. And I think the first one I had was maybe Obligatory, which is a lower IPA, I want to say it's a lower ABV IPA, but I could be wrong on the style. That one didn't really do much for me. It didn't really impress me much, but this is close to that same ABV again, 5.5%, not super high octane, not going to really get your motor running, but very drinkable, very crushable, especially as the warmer weather comes around. I just did some work outside today. This totally hits the spot. It's a really great warm weather beer. I think the lightness, the crispness of the mouthfeel, along with it's not like super punchy in the face, citrusy or hoppiness, but it has citrus notes in there. It has that lemongrass, kind of, again, like a freshly cut kind of grass mixed with the citrus. So I'm going to say that's more like a lemongrass. But this is perfect for warm weather if you're outside doing something. And you, again, I've been saying this a lot lately, but a lot of these beers have been lower ABV. If you're outside doing something and you don't want this to set you out to the sideline for the rest of the day, you can have 2 or 3 of these, still get what you need to get done. And, you know, if you're using any kind of heavy machinery, do it before you start drinking this kind of stuff. But this totally fits the bill as a warm weather, really nice warm weather crushable beer. All right, friends, that has been Flightless from Transient Artisan Ales. Have you ever hit up their tap room? Is there an accessible stout from Transient that I should be on the lookout for? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you like beer, you might want to click the subscribe button and click the bell, because I'm here talking about beer, mostly Michigan beer. I'm going to try and start mixing it up a little bit, but I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, all for free for viewers just like you. And I would be really upset if you missed your newest favorite because you weren't subscribed and you didn't see it here. Also, I want to start incorporating your questions into these episodes, so you can leave any questions you have on the Draft Therapy hotline at 224-DRAFT-20. You'll see the number pop up a few times throughout this video. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, and most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.